1 hour and 5 minutes. That's how long we've been sitting here without a doctor. 1 hour and 5 minutes. I'm not complaining. He was in surgery, and I want him to take his time when he's doing my surgery. Okay, little update. You don't have to mute that. They know we're TV watchers. I'm going back in 2 weeks again because the doctor who did my investigating around yonder, he was supposed to call my doctor who did the surgery, and they were supposed to confer, and that conversation never took place. So I sat there, and I don't mind. I know the doctor is in surgery, and they can't plan when they're going to be done with surgery. And when they make appointments to meet people after surgery, it's, just their best guess. So it was an hour and a half. I sat there waiting on them, and like I say, I'm not, any other doctor, and it would be a little aggravating, but I understand this doctor's in surgery, and, when he comes across a tough one, he has to take the time to do it right. So I go back in 2 weeks. I have to have the hernia fixed regardless. And fairly soon, too. I can't let it go on much longer because it just gets worse, and then other things might start coming through around the hernia. It's not pleasant.
Well, when we walked out the door at the doctor's office, he said, I'm going to get on the phone, call your surgeon, and have a conversation about this, because right now it's not a good idea. And nothing. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, very disappointing. And this GI specialist, we're not happy with him. And the thing is, we're limited. I mean, they're like the only game in town, And in this network that we are in, which is the Willis Knighton Network. So, it's really aggravating how that's just a white hair. That's not a booger. I had to be sure. So, anyway, I go back in 2 weeks, and I don't know. I have to have the hernia surgery. And I think if I can get hooked up, I'm going to go ahead and get. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, here's what he told me, that if I get the hernia surgery, what they have to do with mesh and all that, it's not impossible, but it's a big, big and more dangerous job to hook me up after I get the hernia surgery. So if I have any inclination that I may someday want to be hooked up.
Yeah, because that skin all grows into that mesh.
Right.
And then you got to sew that hole up.
Right. So probably if both doctors agree that I could safely be reconnected, I'm probably going to get reconnected. It just doesn't make sense to go in for surgery and not have it all put back together and the hernia fixed. So I'm going to leave it up to them what they think. I told him I was happy and comfortable. I've learned to live with it, and it's livable. That's all. It's not changing my life drastically. So anyway, that's done.
He's a surgeon, so what do you think he's going to say?
Well, I honestly believe that guy does what's best for people, not what's best for his wallet. Our GI doctor, for sure.
I mean, for 3 years. Yep. Let's see what it looks like in 6 months. How about let's don't and do something what it looks like now? Okay, I'm switching the subject.
I've decided that I'm going to have to heat my shop with propane. My outlets, I didn't do the electrical in this. It was done, and the guy who did the electrical, I'm telling you, everything I have touched that this guy did is Yankee engineered everything. From I won't go into it. It's just really aggravating that somebody who has an engineering degree, right? Didn't he have an engineering degree?
Oh, I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. He had some kind of degree. I think it was an engineering degree, maybe an electrical engineer. And the guy, everything he did was, like 10-year-old stuff. He put stuff together using 5 different types of screws, the same thing. And, wired stuff bad and just... So I made the best of what was there, and it's not enough to run these 1,500 watt heaters. And they're expensive to run. And I can afford propane because I can leave it on low overnight. What I'm trying to do is keep all my adhesives and dyes and all that stuff from freezing down there. I just want to keep it above, 35, 40 degrees. And then when I go down there, warm it up a little bit for working. I'm comfortable with 60, 65. As long as I'm moving around and working, I can live with 60. So what I want is one of them propane heaters that you put in your house, ventless. I can't afford to buy one, but what I have is a knife that I would trade for one, and it's deplorable. And I sell them for $165, or actually, I should say I try to sell them for $165 because I still have one that I haven't sold.
The ventless heaters aren't that much.
The what?
They're not that much.
What aren't?
The ventless.
Yes, they are. I just looked at them online.
What were they?
219 and,
Well, that's really not that much.
Well, okay. So do you want to buy me one?
Well, no, I didn't say that.
I didn't think so.
I mean, you acted like it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Well, it's a couple of hundred, and right now we got all these medical bills. I mean, everything's coming up, insurance coming up. We just got done talking about this, that the first of the year is the worst part of the year for us because everything comes due, and your deductibles for your medical stuff, you got to pay them up front. Anyway, I don't have the money until I either sell a few knives or if I can trade a knife for propane. Has to be propane, ventless heater. And if anybody's interested in that, let me know. Because I'm looking for about 15 to 30,000 BTUs. It's got to be at least 15,000 because I want to use it solely by itself. And when I go out there, I want to be able to turn it up and warm it up, quick. So I think 15,000 BTUs to, they make them as big as 30,000 BTUs, but my God, that would, I got to consider how much gas I'm going to use too, propane, Anyway, if you're interested, let me know. Oh, I'll go show you that knife. You can just keep looking at my face while I go in there. I'm kidding. Okay. We're making some major... What? Shut the door? I'm only going to talk for a minute. We'll actually have a Cato, too, so you can take your pick. Here is the deplorable. That's Karelian birch from Mother Russia. And there's the Cato. And that is redwood burl with some curl in it, with a little bit of curl in it. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be working on a sharp finger. It's going to be satin finished. And I was going to make a black sheath, but I think I'm going to go mahogany because it's a dark, deep burgundy type color, and it really goes with the bacony colored handle. So, and I haven't decided what degree I'm going to tool it. I thought I was just going to go with a basic black and some minimal tooling, but I think I'm going to go with mahogany and a little bit more fancy, just because, I got time. Okay, have a good day. Let's see, what's today, Tuesday? Yeah, Wednesday, I'll be in the shop all day. And Thursday, I'll show you the sharp finger that it's actually here in the house because I brought it home so the epoxy would cure that holds the handles on. Okay, have a good one, y'all.